All right, back with the fourth part of my story, as it's going to get a little more interesting now. So, I had, as I told you, mentioned, I started going down the rabbit hole and started asking myself, you know, who am I? Who am I really? You know, I have to get honest with myself, and I knew this. I knew because I read a book back when I first started transitioning, called How to Be Hot, H-O-T, in your relationships. And H-O-T doesn't stand for what you think. It stands for honest, open, and trusting. And so in that book, the author spoke about being your true authentic self, which is what I'm being, my true authentic self. But in order to be that, you have to understand who you are, because we've been so conditioned in life. And so, you know, you have to ask, what makes you happy? You know, what does happiness look like to you? What does joy look like to you? I mean, you just got to keep asking yourself questions, you know, and here's the thing. When I say you got to be real, you know, it's still harder than you think to be honest with yourself. You got to be honest with yourself first, then you stop bullshitting yourself, and you'll know it. Because then once you start doing that, you'll catch yourself every time when you're not telling your truth. It's kind of like you get this sense, this feeling in your gut going up that now, you know that's not the truth. That little voice in your head pipes right up quickly. And so, anyways, as I said, so after I took that class, you know, I got Charlene on board, and we're starting to do, we're doing weekly meetings on Sundays to start to hone in on things, and I'm figuring out pieces. And the crazy thing is, once I started working on myself, the pieces to how I was going to make this work, to make my business and everything, just started coming to me. In my mind, I'd get these ideas. I would get these crazy synchronicities. I'd find things on my Facebook feed. You know, I do tarot cards too, so I get the feedback as well. I call my higher power of the universe. So, and then I got these books, like I got my 4 Agreements book, and then I got this podcast book that well, it's not a podcast book, it's Abundance Ever After, but it's about manifesting and stuff, right? And how you create your abundance. And so I started doing the books, reading the books, again, doing the work on myself, writing things, figuring out, you know, things. And one of the biggest things I was doing too at the same time was I'm learning things like, you know, gratitude, you know, besides gratitude, I was doing more journaling and stuff, and asking the questions, and getting curious about everything that was happening. And so what I did was, then I started to walk myself backwards in my life. And oh my gosh, all of a sudden, everything that's happened in my life starts to make sense. It's the whole reason why I am trans. It's the whole reason why I had to go through the transition, become Kelly. It's the whole reason why I ended up being able to find my true soulmate, Todd. And just why everything's happening the way it's happening. I'm eyes wide open now, wide awake, aware. I see everything. I see it. And I keep getting confirmations now that I see it. And so let me leave you there with that one, again, because of the length of the videos. I don't want to make them too long. So I will continue that journey here with you in the next video.